Hello, welcome back to the YarnNYarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Here on the channel you'll find me chatting about my adventures in knitting, spinning, crochet and weaving, all of the fibre related things. Today's video is another of my 12 cast-ons making vlogs, and as you can see I'm outside. I have almost made it to the weekend. It's Friday afternoon and I've come for a little walk. We've had some snow this week, and a couple of days ago it was freezing cold and yeah, just a really light smattering of cold, but it was of snow, but it was really grey and yeah, just not great to be outside at all. And then here we are a couple of days later and there's beautiful bright sunshine. So I brought myself on a walk to the local lake and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to kick off this making vlog, and I'm hoping it will be a bit of a cosy weekend making vlog. We shall see how things go. So yeah, Friday as I say, and I'm hoping to finish this project this weekend, fingers crossed. If you can hear any chattering in the background or a gentle sort of slapping, I'm sat right next to the lake, I'll show you in a minute, and the sort of breeze, the slight breeze in the air is pushing the water against the bank of the lake. So yeah, if you hear any strange background noises, I'm on a public footpath next to a lake and all of the outdoorsy sounds that brings with it. Anyway, let's chat about my project. So I brought my project bag down with me, and this is a beautiful bag that was gifted to me by a lovely friend of the podcast and a friend of mine, Sylvia. In this bag is living the project that I cast on day 6 of our 12 cast-ons this year, and this is the Wildflowers cap. I think I keep getting confused. I think it's because there's a really popular pattern at the moment called press flowers, and I keep wanting to say press flowers, and it's not press flowers at all. It is the Wildflowers cap by Mary Jane Mucklestone, and here is a picture of said project. And on day 6 of our cast-ons this year, I decided to pop this on the needles, and I'm using 2 beautiful skeins of yarn from Marina Skewer in their Mendip DK, and I've had this in my stash for quite some time, and it was actually in my self-destructing yarn basket. If you're not aware, if you haven't followed the channel for a while, last year I started a little de-stash project, and as part of that I put some yarns in a basket that I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with. I wasn't quite ready to let them go, to de-stash them, and so I've set myself a deadline of trying to use some of those yarns within the space of a year, and if I don't use them within this year then they will get sent out into the world, they'll get de-stashed. So yeah, these 2 skeins were in that basket, and I decided this was the perfect time to pull them out of them and use them. And this is just such a beautiful yarn. It's British wool, produced locally to Marina in Somerset where she lives. It's the start of the weekend and a hat project shouldn't really take too long. We've got no real plans this weekend, so I'm hoping to get my hat finished and just make kind of a cosy weekend making vlog, if that's possible. So yeah, I'm hoping to add a couple of rows to my project while I'm here in the sunshine by the lake, but I'm going to take a little walk round to the other side of the lake before I sit and add my rows. I think there's another bench over the opposite side of the lake where I like to sit, and on my way around I might treat myself to a hot chocolate and a snack and yeah, sit for a little while on the other side of the lake while adding a few rows to this project to get my cosy weekend started. Let's take a little stroll and then we'll sit and knit for a short while. you might be able to tell, it's super sunny and bright here today. It's Saturday morning and I managed to add a couple of rows to my hat at the lake yesterday, and I'm about halfway through the colour work chart. So my plan is to try and get the colour work finished today and then do the sort of decreases and everything tomorrow, so that I spread the work out a little bit, and hopefully by the end of the weekend, as planned, we'll have a nice finished hat to share. Yeah, I'm going to add a couple of rows now, have some lunch, and then maybe head out for a little walk to the beach, as it's quite a nice day. It's very changeable. It's grey one minute and sunny the next minute, but hopefully it will stay dry and I'll be able to enjoy a nice walk outside before the day is over. Just back from a lovely little wander round outside, and I had a parcel waiting for me when I got home, so I thought I would just, for funsies, as this is a nice weekend vlog, just include that in this bit of footage. And it was a lovely surprise all the way from Tasmania in Australia, from the lovely Helen, who is just so kind and has sent me quite a few different packages over the last couple of years, and they're always just really thoughtful and lovely. And so thank you if you're watching this, Helen. It was just an absolute utter joy to receive this as a surprise today. So in the parcel, I have already opened it. There's this beautiful card in here with a lovely duck-billed platypus on there and a really long message in there. Helen has sent me some gorgeous fibre to play around with. So first off, look at this beautiful silky tote bag, and inside here is this amazing quantity of fibre. Not sure if it's about, oh, it's some roving. Look at that, it's absolutely glorious. And Helen, you might remember if you've watched the first episode where I'm chatting about making the bats for my sock spin to join in with my wool mittens spinning for socks. Helen was the kind gifter of the alpaca fibre that I'm using in those pair of socks, and it's Helen's flock that the alpaca come from. And Helen said she's been meaning to send me this since she discovered that I have a intolerance for alpaca, and it is some morit fibre, and it, she said, was from a flock reasonably local to her, a lady who spent her lifetime breeding her sheep to achieve this beautiful sort of caramelly brown colour in her fibres. And sadly she's since passed away, but some of her flock was taken over by another local shepherd, and so she gifted me some of this roving, which initially she said she thought I might be able to blend up with the alpaca, but since she actually got this for me, I've started using the alpaca. But I do have some of that alpaca left, so I might try a little experiment with some of this. But either way, this just feels absolutely glorious, and I can't wait to have a play around and spin this up. So I'm going to add that to my fibre cart. Not only did she send me that, but she sent me this gorgeous collection, and sorry for the crinkling, it is in plastic, of Rolags. Let me just take one of these out of the wrapping so we can have a look and not be disturbed by the crinkling. And these are Corriedale and Angelina, so they've got a bit of sparkle. I'm not sure how well the camera will be able to pick that out in this light. I think you can see a little bit of that. So I shall again really look forward to spinning these up. They've got some sort of flashes of yellow and almost some greens in some of them as well. So I think this is going to make an absolutely gorgeous yarn, and I can't wait to have the opportunity to spin these up. So thank you so much for that, Helen. And also in the package was a really fun sweet treat, and this is made up of some popcorn, which is one of my favourite treats. So this is smoky maple pop, all natural, gluten-free, so that's great for me, and handmade in Tasmania by Ellie's. And this looks so delicious. It's this huge kind of bar of caramel popcorn. So it says, indulge with the best combo of Tasmanian smoked salt with a dash of maple syrup and some light and crispy and packed with flavour. Maple syrup, that's one of my favourite flavours, and popcorn is one of my favourite snacks. So Helen, you know me way too well. And I am super thankful, grateful for this amazing little package, which I'm just continually blown away by the kindness of the folks that watch this channel. So thank you so much, Helen, and again, I shall look forward to spinning those up soon. But for today, I'm not going to get distracted by spinning. I am going to go and do a little bit of knitting and see if I can get this colourwork chart finished for my Wildflowers cap. I've popped back up stairs to the craft attic to update you on my progress, because James is having a Saturday afternoon snooze on the sofa, so I don't want to disturb him. But I finished the colourwork chart. It really didn't take that long at all, and look at how well that bold floral motif is showing up in these two yarns. I love this so much. And this yarn from Marina Skewer the Mendip DK is just such a joy to work with. Just woolly and lovely. I'm about to break off the purple now, so I've got quite a lot of purple left. I'm not sure if I will have enough to potentially do a kind of reverse hat, but I might do some sort of, see if I could do some sort of wrist cuff or something in the opposite colours. The motif might be slightly too big for that. I'll have a play around. I haven't finished the hat yet. There's no point me planning what I'm going to do with the leftovers. I've got a fair bit of the chartreuse left as well. I've got this, and I've got a couple of other mini quantities. I'm not sure if I said at the beginning of this vlog or in the cast on vlog, but when I cut off the ties from the skein, when I had it on my Swift, I accidentally snipped through the yarn. Happens sometimes. And so yeah, I ended up with a few little quantities of the green colour. It's still pretty early on in the day. I think we're around about 3:30 in the afternoon, maybe slightly later, and I'm kind of tempted to carry on. However, I've got lots of other things on my to-do list for today. To prolong the fun, I will stick to my original plan and finish here for the day with this hat, and hopefully it's not going to take too long at all to do the crown decreases and make a pom-pom. Yes, the cosy weekend vlog continues, I think.
Lazy Sunday mornings, hiding under covers. I don't mind staying in with you. Play your favorite movie, laying right beside me. I don't mind when it's just us two. That corner coffee shop we like to go. Late night walks with you to take me home.
It's Sunday and it's another super sunny day outside. I'm tempted to get out and have a walk, but it's also my pyjama day, so I'm not sure. We'll see how the day goes. What I am going to do before I finish my hat though is make a cake. I found a recipe that I've been itching to try out. It's a fruit cake with some tea in it, so it's Earl Grey fruit cake. So the shopping has just been delivered and I'm going to set about making that cake, and then hopefully this afternoon I'll be able to enjoy a slice of that cake, if it works out okay, whilst knitting the top of my hat. That's the plan for today, so we'll see how that works out. Fingers crossed. It's always a bit nerve-wracking when you try a new baking recipe for the first time, especially now that I have to bake gluten-free, because gluten-free baking does not always go to plan, at least in my experience. So, but I do have some good luck with the recipes that I try from the free from baking site. So I'll link the recipe that I'm using below.
With you, I never feel alone.
These little songs make me glad to call you mine, and you have got my head in the clouds. Oh,
1, 2, 3.
all that I need is your body next to me on rainy days. Just need your company, don't need too much, just your simple love and it's everything. The simple joy of hearing your voice every morning. I wake to a kiss on my face, so I don't need too much, just your simple love and it's everything. Walking to the market, strolling hand in hand, exchanging letters when you're away. Don't need any effort when we are together. We always have fun throughout the day. I'll do anything to get your attention. When you say you love me, I seem to ascend to the heavens above, where we fall in love. I don't know what I would do without you, because all I need is you. Make me fly to the clouds. 1, 2, 3. All that I need is your body next to me on rainy days. Just need your company, don't need too much, just your simple love and it's everything. The simple joy of hearing your voice every morning. I wake to a kiss on my face, so I don't need too much, just your simple love and it's everything.
Can't imagine living life alone,
if we were to go separate ways,
'cause with you I feel like
who knows how far we go.
Don't you know that all that I need is your body next to me on rainy days. Just need your company, don't need too much, just your simple love and it's everything.
So my hat has now been washed and blocked, and I've got a couple of ends to sew in, but not too many. It's not quite finished yet. And I was looking at the pattern in the book, which I've left the book over the other side of the room somewhere. I'm not going to go and grab it now. And the cap, I think, is finished with a pom-pom. And I've got some sort of fur pom-poms or fake fur pom-poms in my stash. But actually, I think I might make a pom-pom using the leftovers. I was chatting earlier about the possibilities of making something else with the leftover yarn, and I've definitely got enough to do that. I ended up using 30 grams of the chartreusey colour and just 10 grams of the purple. So I could definitely reverse and make another Wildflowers cap in the opposite colours, but I don't know if I would need or get use of two hats in the same pattern. I think I'm going to just make a nice squishy pom-pom. And I might make, as I've got lots of the purple left, I might make a purple one. I was thinking about doing a combination, but I think actually topping it off with the purple to mirror the purple flowers might be quite a nice idea. Rather than leaving all of this, I mean, obviously the leftovers will still go into my leftover stash, but rather than feeling like I'm reserving this for another project that may or may not happen for years to come, I think it'd be just quite nice to use a bunch of this to make a matching pom-pom. So that's what I'm going to settle down and do just now. Shouldn't take too long. I've got a pom-pom maker somewhere, so I just need to dig that out and then I can get winding my yarn. I do enjoy how easy those pom-pom maker things make making pom-poms. Did that make sense? I think it did. Just a lot of the same words repeated in different order. But my hat is now properly complete with its fluffy pom-pom on top. And probably needs to sew that in a little bit more securely, but for the purposes of finishing off this video, it'll do. I was hoping to get out somewhere nice to end the video and share the finished hat with you, share it in some nice daylight, share it in its full glory, but it's absolutely pouring down with rain outside, so I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere soon, and I probably won't have a chance to do that and insert footage before I need to get this video edited and uploaded, so you just get to see the hat as is today. I think you can see this lovely pattern. This was such a fun knit. I really love this big, bold, sort of graphic flower, and I love how these two colours played together, the Marina skewer yarn. So I should probably pop it on and check to see how well it fits. That fits really nicely. I'm a bit clashy today, aren't I? With all of my different colours. But hey, when am I ever colour coordinated? This does fit really nicely. It's just enough depth in the crown of that hat and not too long a brim to kind of interfere with my glasses. Sometimes just the hat and my glasses don't want to play together nicely, but this one is fitting perfectly. Can you see that? It's such a shame that I'm not going to be able to get out and do a little bit of fun footage for the end of the vlog. It's a bit, despite the rain, it's a bit too warm for wearing hats indoors. It's surprising, isn't it, how big a difference just popping your hat on can make to how warm you feel. Anyway, I need to wrap this video up. A hat is just the perfect project for a cosy weekend, isn't it? So I hope you have enjoyed spending the weekend with me. I'm just really excited to have my first finished object for this year's round of the 12 cast-ons. I do still, of course, have plenty of cast-ons from previous years still on the needles, but we won't mention that. But yeah, it's really nice to have first one off of the needles for this year. Although I need to pick up the pace again, don't I? It's 3 months in and I've only finished one of my 12 projects. Hey ho, it's not a race, and the idea or my sort of ethos behind the 12 cast-ons is not to make as many things as possible. It's just to get these things on the needles that I've been looking forward to, and they'll get finished when they get finished. It's time for me to start thinking about my April projects and making some progress on those. I wonder if by the end of April I can have another finished project or two. I'm not sure how it's going to go because I've got quite a busy month ahead. Hoping to go and visit some family. I've picked up a couple of work shifts for the local business that I sometimes help out when they need emergency cover, so I'll be doing that. I've got Easter weekend, so there'll be sort of family things happening for that too. So yeah, we'll see what the month brings. But whatever happens next, I will of course be back again soon with some more making content. Let me know in the comments below how you're getting on with your 12 cast-ons, if you joined in or if you are joining in our 12 cast-ons make along this year. If you're not, just let me know what you're working on anyway, because I'm nosy like that. I love to be inspired by all of your wonderful makes. Let me know, have you finished anything recently? I will of course be back again soon, and I hope you will join me for that next video. Until we do get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Maybe make a hat. It's a really quick project and it's fun. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now. Bye.